Latest reading on CPI set to hit the market this week. We'll get the latest VR headset from Meta, and we're into the full swing of things when it comes to earnings season. The big banks set to kick things off on Friday morning. It's your week ahead preview right now. Meta's Quest Pro VR headset comes to life Tuesday, October 11th. The highly priced latest version of the company's VR headset is going to be well above the $800 predecessor. We'll see if it's a market-moving and stock-moving event coming up on Tuesday, guys, for Meta. Wednesday, we'll get the biggest batch of economic data to come. Let's get right into it. There's a lot of it. On Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., we get the final PPI reading for September. That's the Producer Price Index, another key inflation gauge. At 2 p.m. then, come back and join us. We'll get the minutes from the latest FOMC meeting from September when we got the latest 75 basis point increase from the Fed. But remember, the Fed also increased their forecast at that meeting, 125 to 150 basis points worth of increases still to come, according to the Fed from September. Back to the pre-market we go. Let's talk earnings. Pepsi set the headline on Wednesday. Last week, Zacks Research out with a note on the company highlighting the fact that Pepsi has beat sales estimates 16 quarters in a row. Heading into this earnings report, we'll have a look at Pepsi coming up on Wednesday. Another key note for Pepsi to be aware of. The stock has held up remarkably well so far this year, down just about 3.5% going into this report versus, well, we all know what the overall market has done. All right, keep Thursday marked down on your calendar as well. It all starts off in the pre-market at 8:30. Yeah, it's CPI time once again on the 13th, 8:30 a.m. The latest reading on CPI. It's the last reading as well ahead of the next Fed meeting coming up in November. Yeah, consumer price index is always a key when it comes to inflation. Recent data from the Cleveland Fed not supporting any sort of downtick in CPI. The Cleveland Fed's nowcast, which is just a gathering of current inflation data points, showing a significant uptick to come, possibly for this monthly reading on CPI. Again, that comes at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Chip stocks in focus on Thursday morning as well. It all starts in the pre-market. TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor, set to kick things off as far as earnings are concerned for the chip group itself. The entire thing going to be moving on this note, though. Last week, if you remember, TSM shares were in focus when Samsung came out and said they're getting into the chip-making game and could target Apple specifically as a customer. That would not be good for TSM. Friday, the big day everyone is waiting for. We get JP Morgan, we get Morgan Stanley, we get Citigroup, and we get Wells Fargo as well, all set to come on Friday morning in the pre-market. Last Tuesday, Citi analysts launching a positive catalyst watch on JP Morgan specifically ahead of third quarter earnings coming up again on Friday. Strong conviction buys going into this earnings report. More economic data to come Friday as well. September retail sales will hit the wires at 8:30 in the pre-market. We'll also then at 10 a.m. get two key ratings on inflation. The first one is going to be the University of Michigan consumer sentiment for the month of October. The second, the University of Michigan 5-year inflation expectation. That is another key data point for the Fed going forward. Jam-packed day on Friday. An absolute jam-packed week to come with economic data. We get into the full swing of things with earnings. And hey, we didn't even talk about the whole Elon Twitter saga. Sure to provide more tradable opportunities. Grab the watch list, guys, on screen right now. Use that QR code. You just need your email address. We'll send it right to your inbox for free every single day. Catch us daily live on TraderTV.Live.